Screen review.
Yes, great to meet you. I was briefed.
Okay. If you ever want to vet one of your scripts for things Texas, let me just say that Richard Linklater didn't go to UT, but no, he went to Sam Houston State and to become the greatest filmmaker of the 1990s. But you know who did go to UT Film School?
Who?
John Woo.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can I put these in this time? First of all, I thought Linklater.
Okay, I just lost the audio. I just lost the audio.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Great. I did not know that. However, my character isn't sure of it either. So I can get away with that. But I did not know John Woo went there, and certainly a great vengeance movie director.
Yes.
So that makes sense.
Well, I have traveled extensively in West Texas, and you totally captured the look of West Texas, but you shot in Albuquerque, right?
Well, yes and no. I'm glad you felt we captured it. I cared a lot about that. And we needed to shoot principal photography in New Mexico because we couldn't get the tax break in Texas, which I tried very hard to get. But what we did was we shot in Artesia, which is just over the Texas border and shares sort of the same Pecos Valley that Pecos does. So it's the same landscape. And I brought close enough that I could bring the cinematographer and the production designers over to Pecos to really walk into houses and barbecue joints and really say, you know, this is what we're matching.
What about the oil derrick where everybody parties at night?
That's Artesia, New Mexico, you know.
And of course, you've got a Whataburger. And I looked it up. There's like 4 or 5 Whataburgers in Albuquerque.
Yeah. We actually had our choice of Whataburger, which is pretty great.
Was there something specific that you went for in the look? I mean, it had to be at night. It had to have a certain industrial look, or what?
Exactly. It had to be at night, and I had to match my vision for this town, which is sort of underpopulated, but still with big highways. And so, you know, that location really looked, and it needed to be close enough. You know, this is really where a big fight happens, where my character really says some mean things about the town. So I wanted the town to look at its worst before the characters redeem themselves.
The film starts out, it's quite funny. And there's almost a farcical tone because of the Texas family, how they all interact. And I was like, at first, well, this film, there's nothing bad that's going to actually happen. There's nothing dangerous that's going to actually happen. But then there was something bad, and there was something dangerous that actually happened. And so I'm interested in the directorial finesse, how you modulated your direction of the film, you know, so the early scenes are going to catch you unaware for the later scenes.
That's exactly what I wanted. It was very important to me that there be a lot of comedy at the front of the movie so that the audience felt safe and relaxed. It's not that I wanted to jar them. I wanted them to feel, to go on the same journey that my character goes on, which is he has a pretty happy life. It's a little shallow. It's a little sad in a sort of, you know, lovably lame way, but you know, it is a sort of comfortable comedy at first with a lot of jokes and about New York and about Texas. And as you get deeper and deeper into the movie, I wanted it to be gradual so that, you know, like a frog or a lobster boiling in water, you don't notice it until you're deep in it, which is really sort of the way I wanted all the tones to work together, was by not noticing the differences.
You also assembled an interesting cast. J. Smith Cameron, for instance, is not in a lot of movies. I believe she's married to Kenneth Lonergan. Are you guys friends?
I hope we are now. Now that she got her Emmy nomination for Succession, she might be too big for me. But I had not met her. And the funny thing is, I hadn't seen Succession, where she plays such an iconic New York character. And in her audition, she was just such an utterly convincing, Texan mom, that when I finally watched Succession, I couldn't believe the range she was capable of.
Phineas O'Connell scored the film. Was that a hard get, or was he a fan?
It was a lucky get, because he was a fan. I mean, I was at a party that he was at, and I texted my friend Nikki Kraft, who was a co-producer on the movie, and I said, I'm at a party with Phineas, because I knew he was a fan too. And he said, ask him to score Vengeance. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to do that. And, then I had a drink and relax, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go for it. And I brought up to him that I was doing a movie. He said, I've always wanted to score a movie. And I thought, is this really happening? And I sent him the script, and he really got it. And this became his first score, which I consider kind of a historic moment in film, sort of the way, in my mind, the way Trent Reznor debuted with Social Network. Here's someone who actually has already won an Oscar for Best Original Song, let alone Grammys, and somehow hasn't done this before. So I was really honored that he made his debut with this one.
I noticed where you're sitting, there's a peacemaker directly behind your head. Yeah. And it looks like Lily Langtry or something. Are you in a bar or a restaurant?
I'm at Cooper's Barbecue.
Nice.
In Austin, which I'm really glad, because our lunch break is going to be amazing, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Stephen Merchant was one of the showrunners and writers of the British The Office. He directed an episode of the American version, season 5, episode 6, Customer Service. What was that like, having somebody from the original show come to the American cast?
I don't remember.
Not a problem.
The episodes were such a blur, but I can answer the question in general. I don't remember that episode. It was just a really good compass for us to want to impress the Brits. We really admired their show. It was like the perfect Big Brother that was, broke all the high school quarterback records and stuff. And now we're a freshman on the team. So I always thought of it like, on the one hand, we can never live up to it, but on the other hand, we get to, at least we're aspiring to be someone we admire.
Obviously, you must have picked up some directorial tips from working with Quentin Tarantino. In fact, in Inglourious Bastards, you're one of 3 people who actually live in the film. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about your experience on that film?
I mean, it was really like living in a dream. He's my favorite filmmaker. He's one of the last iconic directors in pop culture, one of the most exciting directors. Let alone Brad Pitt was there, and a then unknown Christoph Waltz. So we all knew how special it was when we were making it. And I think the thing I learned from watching Quentin Tarantino is be yourself and let other people get caught up in your excitement.
Did everybody have the same copy of the script? I mean, did everybody know who was going to die? And did that affect your relationship with them, since you were one of the 3 people who were going to live at the end?
Yeah, the script was out there. In fact, to me, the bigger surprise in Inglourious Bastards was that they killed Hitler. I remember reading the script and thinking, man, these plans are going pretty well. How are they all going to fail? And then about 10 pages from the end, I thought, I think they're going to kill him. I mean, that was one of the greatest twists in movie history, that they killed Hitler. It was like, it blew my mind. It's still underappreciated as one of the great movies in movie history.
Well, Mr. Novak, thank you so much for your time. I know you've been busy all day doing interviews. And you're looking forward to lunch. Have a great time in Austin.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for talking. Bye.
You bet.
Gonna press that. Scared of losing.